What's going on, everyone? This is Ben from NolanTCG, and today we are taking a little peek into the future. So what we're looking at here is the DDD list I'm going to be developing over the next couple of months as we get closer and closer to Master Rule 5. It is at the moment just a basic skeleton of what used to be DDDs back in the day, just with a couple of slight changes, and yeah, we'll just go through a bit of a deck profile for it. Make sure to comment down below if you do have any recommendations for updates or anything, because we will be changing this list as we get closer. This is just something that we're going to be testing out and developing. We will have a couple of combos at the end, which are just like your basic DDD combos from back in the day. But yeah, we'll get on into a bit of a profile. Okay, so starting us off for our monster lineup, we have 3 copies of Lamia. Then following that up, we have 3 copies of Swirl Slime and 3 copies of Necro Slime. Then another 3 of, we're playing 3 King Abyss Ragnarok, 3 copies of Kepler, 2 Thomas, the 1 Copernicus, then 1 Rebel King, and 1 Ghost. So as I said earlier, this is just like pretty standard lineup for DDDs, but yeah, we'll get into a bit of a spell lineup and show that one off. Okay, so next up for the spells, we've just got 3 of the Consistency Booster in Dark Contract with the Gate. We've got 2 copies of Swamp King. Then we're going with 3 Allure and 3 Desires, just to bump consistency as much as we can. Then for 2 one-offs that we're going to test out is just 1 Foolish and 1 1-for-1. So finishing us up, we have our trap lineup. These can be changed for literally anything. They're just what we're testing out at the moment. These can be hand traps if you want to play hand traps, but at the moment, just because we want to be a going first build, we're just testing these ones. But we'll probably do a little bit of changing when we start to put in more expensive cards that we have laying around. But starting us off, we're just going to test out 3 Compulse, 3 of the card that we will one day get to play again in D-Barrier, and then 1 Imperial Order just to finishing it off. I just wanted to play a 1 of Floodgate trap that we could play. It'll probably change to something else depending on what we're going to be playing against and testing against, but yeah, this is the trap lineup for now. Okay, so finishing us off, we have the extra deck. We weren't 100% sure what Link Monsters we needed to play in this, given that you don't need to play Link Monsters anymore. But we ended up just going with 1 copy of Wee Witch's Apprentice for now, just as something to clear monsters off board when we need to clear them off board. Say we need to have a Necro Slime and something, we need to resolve that Necro Slime. You can just get it off the board, make a Wee Witch Apprentice, and away we go. But following that up, we just have some XEs in a duo Dawn King Kalyuga and the Hope Harbinger. Then for the Synchros, we have Formula Synchron and the Hyper Librarian for the draw combo. A Dawn Dragstar just for a negate if we need to end on that. Alexander, Siegfried, and Crystal Wing. They're just very essential to the main combo of the deck. Then we are still playing 2 Genghis. Slightly changing the deck is the High King Genghis, but you do still need to play 2 Genghis if you only open the 3 card combo with no card to clear off board, because you kind of need to clear the Genghis off board to end on your 2 negates. Otherwise, you just end on 3 negates, which is much better. But yeah, you do need the 2 Genghis if you get stuck into just the 2 negate combo. And then finishing us off, we just have the Diarch, the Dragonbane, and Caesar Ragnarok. But we'll get into a little bit of a combo after this. We'll show off just like the classic combos and how they work, as well as a new couple of combos we've been working on. But let's get on into that. Okay, so starting us off for our first combo, it is just the basic old-fashioned combo of Lamia, Swirl Slime, and Necro Slime. So we'll get into a bit of a combo with this and show you how the old-fashioned combo used to work. This combo now does change if you have an extra, say if you have a Contract or you have a Pendulum, you can just extend further and turn it into 3 negates. But, so starting us off, you just are going to Fusion Summon your Swirl Slime and Necro Slime. Let's find where we put the extra deck. We're just going to fusion them off into a Genghis. Don't need to use the extra Monster Zone anymore. But then you'll normal summon your Lamia and Synchro off for... Sorry, I didn't have these a little better organized, but a Gust King Alexander. Then from here, you'll fusion summon your Genghis and your Necro Slime. with the Necro Slime effect to summon another copy of Genghis. This will trigger your Alexander to summon your Lamia. You won't trigger the Genghis at this point because you're going to sync these two off for Siegfried. This will trigger the Genghis effect to summon the Alexander, and then we'll use the Lamia effect from grave. Not banishing, just sending to grave the Genghis to summon the Lamia back, and then you can sync these two off for Crystal Wing. So that's just the old-fashioned standard 3-card 2-negate combo. You still have 2 cards left in hand. Hopefully they're traps, you set them, away you go. But now we'll get into the 3.5 card combo and show off how that one works. Okay, so next off we're going to be showing off the combo where you have a Dark Contract instead of one of the 3 pieces you need. So you'll just be searching the piece you need and then using the Dark Contract later. So we'll replace the Lamia with the Dark Contract. So starting off, you just activate it, search the piece you need. We'll slide our hand down here a little bit so that it's not in the way. Then we'll fusion the 2 off for Genghis. Normal summon your Lamia. And Synchro for Alexander. Then you'll go and use your Necro Slime fusing with your Genghis to summon the last card that's hidden away. The Flame High King Genghis. This will trigger your Alexander to summon your Lamia. Then you'll sync these 2 off for Siegfried. This will trigger the effect to summon Alexander. And then you'll use Lamia sending the Dark Contract to summon it back. And then Synchro banishing the Lamia for Crystal Wing. So this is just somehow you open less cards for the combo, but end up with a better board. You can do the same combo where if you just open the 3 cards and you have a Pendulum or anything, because you can just use them as your fodder for the Lamia to summon it back at the end. But yeah, we'll get on into another combo after this. Okay, so finishing us off, we have our 4-card combo. So the old-fashioned way to do this one was you draw 4 cards, end on 2 negates. Now we're going to do draw 3 cards, end on 3 negates. So starting us off to do that one, you just got to normal summon the Kepler. Kepler will search your Dark Contract, activate Dark Contract, searching your Copernicus. Now at this point you can fuse out your Swirl Slime and your Lamia for Genghis. And then you can trigger Swirl Slime Engrave to summon your Copernicus. This will now also trigger your Genghis, so you'll summon Lamia back with Genghis, and then Copernicus can send Necro Slime to the grave. Then next we can Synchro Summon out for... Sorry, just before we Synchro Summon that out. Abyss King Ragnarok in the scale, that's the important part. Then we can sync these 2 out for... where are we? Do a little Synchro Summoning for Alexander. This will now trigger Ragnarok to summon Lamia. Now at this point, you can sync these 2 out into Hyper Librarian. Then you can fuse out your Necro Slime for High Flame King Genghis. This will now trigger your Alexander to summon your Lamia. Then you can sync these 2 out for Siegfried. You'll draw a card off Librarian. This will also trigger your High Flame King Genghis to now summon back your Lamia. You then sync these 2 out for Formula Synchron. So you'll draw a card for each Formula Synchron and Hyper Librarian now. So you draw 2. Now at this point is where you can finish off your combo. So you can just sync straight into F.A. Dawn Dragster if you wish. But if you want to continue it further, so you do have your 3 negates on board at the moment, but you can now still use your Lamia, getting rid of your Dark Contract or your Ragnarok, summon itself back to the field, and then turn them into a Crystal Wing. So from that, you've ended on Crystal Wing, Siegfried, and High Genghis. I feel like I may have made a mistake in there somewhere, so if anyone does have any updates to this, any better combos, or notices any mistakes that I've made, please comment them down below. So make sure you read the comments just to see whether or not I made any mistakes. Also, there might be some helpful advice on how to make this deck better. yeah, so that's been our 3 combos for today. We'll keep updating this deck closer we get to Master Rule if we see any suitable updates. We will also probably have some new Master Rule update lists for heroes, and maybe some other decks as we see them come along. Heroes, we're probably just going to be waiting for Liquid Man to see how that one's going to play out. So yeah, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. We'll probably see some uploads from the next couple of days for deck profiles from, I believe I'm going to a regional in Sydney this weekend. It is MacArthur. I think it's MacArthur Square is the next regional. So you may see some deck lists going up from that if we can manage to get some. And as always, have a good afternoon, everyone.